Same old accusations he made against Biden last time and Hillary back in 2016. Take a look.
We should take a drug test prior, because I don't know what's going on with her, but at the beginning of her last debate, she was all pumped up.
I'm willing to take a drug test. I think he should too. People say he was on performance-enhancing drugs. A lot of people have said that.
He's sleeping now because they want to get him good and strong, so a little before debate time, he gets a shot in the ass.
My God.
He's such a charmer.
I think that's Ozempic.
So the ladies on The View are upset that Donald Trump is requesting that Joe Biden take a drug test. They think that this is ridiculous. They think that this is some big, grand conspiracy theory, and they have a lot to say about it.
No, he's on Viagra and Gas-X.
Well, the White House refused the drug test request, saying these are desperate lies and they're proof that you know who is scared and really not ready, and that Biden will be ready and waiting for him. So, you know, does President Biden need to counter these attacks, or does he need to do his job?
I don't think he should.
No.
I think we know that President Biden has been hunkered down in Camp David, taking this seriously and preparing for the debate, which is something that Donald Trump obviously is not doing, since he's just sort of at rallies talking about shots in the butt. I think that...
Talking about sharks, and what was that? Was it
Sharks, Hannibal Lecter.
Sharks, you know, he's afraid of sharks.
Yeah.
Stormy Daniels told us that. I think that it's true. She testified to that.
I thought he meant his agents.
Yeah, no. But, you know, Trump is the one that called for the debates. That's what I don't understand. He was like, come for, you know, any time, any place. And then Biden was like, bet.
Well, that now, but...
And now he's afraid
no,
of
but
it.
you know what? They've been perpetuating this idea that Biden is Sleepy Joe, that he's old, which lowered the expectations for Joe, in a way. So that helped Joe, ironically.
Yeah.
So now he has to say he's on drugs in order to explain why he won the... Why.
Well, if he's not, then just take the test. That's what I don't understand. If he's not amped up on Adderall, on these amphetamines, on these uppers, these stimulants, you know, and taking all of this, then just take the test and put it to sleep once and for all. But the thing is, they won't do that, because why would they provide the truth when they can just stick to their propaganda, stick to their lies, and label us a conspiracy theorist? You have the chance right now to put this to bed and to say once and for all that he's not. Will you do that? No, you won't.
Trump actually won.
Well,
they're setting it up for us.
Right, and I just wish we could get to a place where there was enough respect for the American presidency. You don't have to respect the individual, but the American presidency, to not just casually insinuate baselessly that the commander-in-chief is on drugs. And it's being echoed by members of Congress who, again, I wish they had enough dignity and respect for the offices they hold. Our allies and adversaries are watching. We look like morons.
Okay. You guys remember the Russian pee tape when they said that Donald Trump was getting peed on by, like, women, like prostitutes? Yeah, maybe it was Russian, maybe it wasn't. Who knows at this point? But these people literally for 4 years straight dragged Donald Trump's name through the dirt by making up flagrantly false stories. And now, something that makes sense on whether or not Joe Biden is actually cognitively there, and if he's not amped up on drugs to get through this debate, they can't prove it. They can't provide anything.
The bigger point here is Donald Trump is incapable of admitting when he loses. We saw in 2020 when he lost the election. So he has to put these things in place in advance.
Just a little bit slower so I can follow you.
Speaking of drugs, no, I'm just kidding. Totally joking.
Because I like what you're saying, but
Donald Trump is incapable of admitting that he loses. So last time, the election was rigged and stolen. This time, the moderators are biased. Right. Joe Biden's on drugs. Right. Hillary Clinton might have been. The reality is he needs to just show up and show if he's capable of performing. And by the way, Donald Trump can get through 90 minutes without going crazy. I think it's a toss-up if he completely goes off the rails and goes nuts, or if he's actually tries to be calm and collected.
What about given the parameters that have been put in place in terms of, you know, you've got the mic cut. I think there's some other parameters in place. No audience in particular.
I think no audience might favor him. I think he plays off of an audience and gets more bombastic because the crowd cheers and jeers.
He does.
I actually think a small room might keep him a little bit more on the rails.
Then he has to have substance.
And
Because when you feed off a crowd, you can throw down bullying lines and they all get loud and you feed off it. If it's quiet and you have nothing out here, you better have something in here, which I don't think he's going to be ready for. And also when they cut the mic. So when the mics were on, you heard him and there were things he said that admittedly, I feel guilty about this, I would laugh because he'd like string out these weird like bullying type random things. When the mic cuts, he looks crazy because you can't hear what he's saying. He's still like, you know, like, so I don't think that, I don't think that helps him. But Hillary Clinton wrote a really great op-ed today in New York Times about what to watch for in this, like how he speaks about people will be important. When looking at chaos and competence, also, the thing that rang true for me is she was talking about how during the debates with her, he spoke about abortion and throwing it back to the states. That phrase in itself sounds very benign. But what we've seen happen in the last 2 years since Roe was overturned has been egregious. We have 14 states that have total abortion bans, 3 with limited. We have to remember this isn't about abortion. This is about pregnancy and family planning. This is about a woman's ability to have a baby removed if her life is at stake, criminalizing doctors and women who lose babies. This has gotten so extreme. Abortion, like
no, I'm just saying. But are you saying then that Hillary's point was?
Hillary's point was, listen to what he's saying.
He's going to say.
He's going to say if abortion comes up, I'm going to throw it to this
Which one?
President Trump.
Trump.
Biden's.
So if he has substance, listen to what he's saying.
Listen to what
and
he's
believe
saying
it.
because what he said in all the debates forecasted what he did. He also said he wouldn't necessarily recognize election results. And that was foreshadowing. So I'm just saying, like, in the bluster, remember to really listen, take him.
Wow, sounds a little conspiratorial here from the news girls, huh? Maybe a little bit. Maybe I'm just being psycho. Maybe I'm creating conspiracies about them creating conspiracies. But here's what's not a conspiracy. The debate is coming up soon, and you'll be shocked to see that CNN is threatening any social channels that provide commentary on the debate, stating they will not allow the use outside of CNN. CNN is actively trying to prevent any other person from seeing this debate outside of their network. So Tim Pool asks, question for Elon Musk, will live commentary and fact-checking shows for the CNN debate be taken down if CNN files a DMCA, or will X default to fair use and have the matter handled externally? We plan to simulcast. And Elon Musk responds and says, the public has a right to see presidential debates however they would like. DMCA does not apply. So, no drug test. You're not going to check to see if he's on drugs. Also, you're not allowed to watch it if it's not through our liberal propaganda machine network. And, we're going to do everything in our power to remove your right to fair use and to make sure that you don't have a right to provide commentary or show a freaking presidential election anywhere else but on our platform. What are they trying to hide? That's the only question that comes to mind is, why are you guys trying to prevent the people from seeing this? And, it's clearly an attempt to make their candidate look as good as possible. That's the only explanation that really anybody has. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for today. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I appreciate the support. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.